Hi all, this is Param. In this video, we will see what are the configuration files are available. Okay, what are the configuration files are available to configure or tweak or change the Elasticsearch behavior. Okay, of course, to form the cluster itself, we have to do many settings in the Elasticsearch.yml files. Okay, okay. We will see. As I said, there are three configuration files are there, only three files. Okay, one is log4j property files. Okay, it's very simple. Okay, if you are familiar with the programming background, irrespective of your programming platforms, you might have used log4j. Okay, I think it's probably for Java or I don't know. Okay, so I used it in many of the Java project. Okay, log4j. So using whatever the log4j configurations are like appender configuration or logger configuration, whatever things are available, here is also those things available. In fact, lot of configurations has been given by default. Okay, before that I want to tell you one thing. Okay, so Elasticsearch, they try level based. Okay, so they tried level based way to give the default value. That is one thing, default values. Okay, for each of the configurations, but still they are making, at least making, trying easy the configuration changes, so to reflect the Elasticsearch without restart or without something. Okay, so they are trying that the level best. Okay, each and every versions we can see many variables move from static to dynamic. Okay, I will tell you. Okay, what is that? Okay, some of the settings are okay here. So first file is log4j file. So this will be changing the, in fact, index level logging, cluster level logging, node level. So that kind of there are a number of loggers are there. Okay, for each logger you can change the debugging options or whatever you want. Okay, that's what about log4j. That is done. Second thing is JVM options. Okay, obviously Elasticsearch run in JVMs, right? Elasticsearch run in Java or JVMs. Okay, so here we have one of files jvm.options. Okay, it's a JVM options files. Okay, so what is now JVM option files, we should not change the master file itself. Okay, that's what they are saying. Okay, the root version of the files in the config folder. Okay, so root version of the file in the config folder, let us not touch. Okay, yes, even that's how I did in my on-premises metal clusters setups. Okay, so what is now whatever the things are there in the JVM options in the config folders, you don't touch. But what is you take copy of that files, put it in the again config/jvm.option.d. Okay, as folders. Okay, in that whatever you want to do the changes. So what is so that as a precedence. Okay, but this files will take precedence. Okay, so within the jvm option.d folder, right, which these files will take more precedence than these ones. Okay, and of course master file is still untouched. Okay, so that's why. And so this is the one way. Okay, so any JVM specific, what is JVM specific options? Of course, we will be changing the heap size. Okay, let's say if we are having more memory, then that times we can change. Okay, so that is the maximum changes we will be doing. Okay, otherwise thread level settings and all stack size level settings that we don't do. Okay, but I did only the heap level changes only I have done. Okay, other than that I didn't do anything. Okay, but there are some circuit breaker changes configuration also there in the JVM options. Okay, we will see in the upcoming video. Okay, what are there? Okay, but one more thing, see, so either you can use JVM option files or you can use JVM underscore es underscore java underscore apps. Okay, environment variable to set all the variables. Okay, instead of that. Okay, that is what matter. Whatever instead of. Okay, so either you can use jvm option.files. Okay, a master file, but advice is not use master files. You have duplicate file of that file in a config/jvm.options.d folder. In that you can have the custom files. That is a good option. Okay, this is a good option. Okay, and if you but if you don't have anything else, otherwise if you want to pass as environment variable, then you can pass the variable whatever you have exported es underscore java underscore opt variables, those will be passed to the jvm options. But one thing I can tell you, we no needed to use this one, but I don't see any necessity to use these files. Okay, only the JVM option is more enough. That's what I can say. Okay, so second options. The third one is very important, files. Okay, that is what elasticsearch.ylm files. So this is what we are going to we are going to add all the configuration here only. Okay, so only JVM specific and log4j specific, these two done, but Elasticsearch specific configuration, all the configuration of this will be in the elasticsearch.yml files. Okay, so here you can refer any environment variable also as well. Okay, so the settings which we do in the elasticsearch.yml files can be set as two types. One is static settings and dynamic settings. So here is they are spending more times. Okay, many variable from static category to dynamic category, they are changing to dynamic category version to versions. Why? I tell you the things. Okay, so what's if the dynamic settings, you no need to restart. If you are changing anything in if you are changing anything or adding anything, your server, your Elasticsearch instance has to be restarted. That is where we say, that is where we discussed the gracefully restart, right? Okay, but see, and the Elasticsearch you can declare both static and dynamic. Okay, in Elasticsearch files you can declare both static and dynamic, but what is there saying now? Okay, so instead of that, you can add only the static settings, okay, which need a restart. Okay, so it's only add the static settings to the Elasticsearch.yml file. Remaining settings, okay, whatever the settings are, let it be index based or index specific or watcher specific or what cluster specific, node specific, let it be anything. Okay, or reload or query result, let it be any variable. Okay, it's, I would say, more than 1000 plus configuration variables are there. See here what happened. Okay, see here. Okay, suppose here is very minimal. Okay, here you can, this also minimal, that's good. Posture, you can see this much variables. Okay, security, this much variable. Then there's some very big, it is a very big I had on. Okay, see here. So this is another chunk of variables. Okay, what else? Actually there are a lot of variables are there. Okay, this is given out, I think. Okay, yes, here you can see. Okay, there are a lot of variables are there, I think. Okay, search inquiry here. Okay, so these many chunk of variables are there. Okay, chunk of configuration variables are there. You can add them. So if it is here, I have declared this is a dynamic, right? If it is dynamic, what is you can set this variable through the Elasticsearch API. Sorry, we call it a cluster settings API. Okay, delete. Okay, cool. Okay, so you can change them in the using the cluster settings API. Okay, so but still you can declare these variables, all the dynamic variables in the Elasticsearch.yml file as well. Okay, in this file as well. Okay, but prefer to use the dependent API. Okay, here. So these settings, there are 4 levels. Okay, one is the default level. So that is the last option, in fact. Okay, so let's say if you are declaring, if you forgot declare any variables, then it takes for that default value. Okay, then if you are going to declare in the above level. Okay, so we will see declare in the Elasticsearch.yml file. So let's say all the static variable we have to declare in this place only, at least for example, discovery seed, discovery host, and node attribute. Okay, node name. Okay, HTTP port. Okay, TCP port, internal port, like there are many things are there. Okay, all those settings you have to declare in the Elasticsearch.yml files. Okay, so this is priority above the default one. Okay, then there is transient. Okay, now what they are saying now, the dynamic setting variable, right? Order of variables, dynamic setting variable, right? So for static there is no options. Okay, there is no precedence. For the static variable there is no precedence, only the dynamic settings, only this kind of precedence applicable. Okay, what they are saying, sketch, no, why? Why it is not coming? Sketch shadow, no. What is stopping me? I don't know what to do. Sketch line. Okay, fill. Which, okay, I think some bots, okay, right. Okay, cool. So what is the recommendation? Don't use a transient variable. What see, if you are doing some configuration, but if you set as a transient, that the transient is a one block within the API. Okay, that's what they're saying. Okay, if you set as a dynamic, such that if you set the transient, if any collapse happen in the cluster, no, that's all the setting will be gone. Okay, if you make this persistence, okay, these settings will not be reset. That means whatever you set the value, those values stored as a one of the index. I think that is system.index, I think, but I don't know exactly. I forgot that. But all the persistence, if you are setting as a persistence, those settings stored in the system, stored in the index itself. So though if you restart or something happened, still you all the values set. Whatever the value you set, that will be reflected. But if you are setting the transient, something happened, I mean, if you are restarted, it will gone, right? So when you can use the transient, but the recommendation what I say, you don't use transient at all. That is your recommendation. But still I can say if you are trying variable values and you want to tweak the something, or you want to see the result, test the result of sometimes, but still you can use persistence, okay, yeah, it is still you can use persistence, of course, right? Okay, I don't know, but the way they have, okay, maybe in the upcoming versions they may deprecate all the transient block itself in the cluster setting API. Okay, so these three, among these three, so for use persistence, okay, all the dynamic variable we can set as a persistence variables, okay. Other all the static variable I can prefer the Elasticsearch variable files. If if a particular variable is not set by either of this way, then the default values will be picked up by the Elasticsearch. So these are the different options, or these are the different property files. Okay, so sorry, these are the three files. Okay, I can say property file. This is YAML file. Okay, this is YAML file. This is just a text file. This is a property files. Okay, so these are the files. These are the three files are used to configure Elasticsearch. Okay, so of course log4j but for JVM options it's only respective JVM irrespective of Elasticsearch. Okay, so for that too they have created a duplicate file, then in that you do the changes. The other one is Elasticsearch file. Okay, the last option for all the dynamic variables, okay, use the API. Okay, cluster settings API. Okay, that is what I had highlighted. Use cluster setting API to dynamically change it. So what is the benefit? You don't dynamically change. You need to restart your clusters. That's a good thing. Okay, cool. Okay, you don't need to change the variable. You don't need to restart the clusters. Okay, restarting clusters will take time, right? Okay, cool. That's all about the configuration options or configuration files provided by the Elasticsearch. Okay, so here this is what I want to tell you. Other security settings. Okay, the security settings. Okay. Some of security settings need restart. Some of security settings no need. That's what I explained here. Okay. Okay. That's all about the configuration options or configuration files provided by the Elasticsearch.